two people sitting having a conversation on the internet. You sit and think and wonder to yourself, is this a podcast? Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Is This a Podcast? Today I have with me comedian Heather Roegiers. How are you doing today, Heather?
I'm great. I don't know how to ever answer that question.
All right.
It's fine, 2.5 months into quarantine. I'm kind of just getting used to it. I'm learning how to forage, laying traps, deadfall traps. Gonna try
Do you put punji spikes in the bottom of your deadfall traps?
punji spikes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna write that down.
Yeah, you gotta put the punji spikes in there, and then like I know what they did. I heard that they would like shit on them and stuff. So when
Is that what they did?
yeah, they'd like shit and put I guess stuff on them. So if you stepped on them or something, your shit would get infected.
Well, I wouldn't touch someone's shit. That's for
No,
sure.
no,
I would be.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I don't think I would do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started, Heather. I know you do comedy. That's how we know each other. But tell me a little bit more about yourself. Are you from Sacramento originally?
Yeah, we don't. How well do we know each other? That's right. I I'm from I was born in Truckee, so
Truckee.
that's up the mountains.
Okay.
It's like over there.
Over there.
It's over there.
Okay.
And I've been all around. I lived a lot of places, mostly in California. I've been here for like a few years.
Yeah.
I was here for I think probably 3 years now. And yeah, I found the comedy scene like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's like the thing that, I don't know, I was kind of indifferent about Sacramento until I found the comedy scene, and then I was like, okay, this place is cool. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, the comedy scene in Sacramento is pretty good. It's one of my favorite things about Sacramento now.
Yeah, I think it's definitely my favorite thing about it, for sure.
Definitely. I'm ready for it to come back, as we all are, but in the meantime I guess we get to have podcasts and Zoom shows.
Right. Yeah, this is fun. I'm having a great time.
Oh yeah, it's like probably more fun than sitting in a car, huh? Is this a podcast more fun than sitting in a car?
It's kind of like getting picked up when you're hitchhiking, and you're just like, so where are you from? And you're just like, oh God, okay, so.
Oh, you've hitchhiked before?
Yeah.
I've never actually hitchhiked before.
Really? I used to hitchhike everywhere. I've been across the country.
Oh wow.
I've been like across the country twice and then halfway across once. And I got as far as Colorado and then came back. But yeah.
Anything?
Do you want to hear some stories?
Yes, I was about to ask, do you have any interesting hitchhiking stories? Because I am sure that you do.
Okay, so there was this one time where I was hitchhiking out of Arcata, and I got to Fortuna and slept under a tree with a bunch of people. But I can't stand people who snore, so I slept on under a different tree than the rest of them. And then I woke up and they were all gone. And they'd actually gone to downtown Fortuna to get breakfast and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just went and checked the highway right there.
Yeah.
To see where they went. And someone in a van came by. No, they were in a truck and they came by and they picked me up.
Yeah.
And I hadn't transitioned yet, so the guy was like, listen, I need a brother. I need a solid brother right now. And I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, listen, I need you to make a phone call for me and tell some people that there were some unscrupulous fellows at my house the other day making threatening phone calls. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, you need to say you were at my house and that the phone calls that came from my house came from these people that were gonna make up.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. He had like an Alex Jones sticker. I can't remember which one. A Prison Planet. He had a Prison Planet sticker, and like, yeah, I told him. I was like, okay, you need a lawyer.
That's funny. What did he like make calls to somebody aggressively and like not want to own up to it?
um, I think he was like trying to figure out, yeah, some way that would have just like not helped, right? He was trying to dig himself deeper.
Yeah.
He's like a sitcom carrier. He's like, the way to get out of this is not to come clean.
Yeah.
It's
It's like take all these extra steps and then like he doesn't do it and he learns something valuable at the end.
exactly.
Or it fell through and some. So did you do it? Did you make the call? You told him you needed a lawyer. You did.
I told him to go get a lawyer. Oh my god,
hilarious.
No, but it was so funny because like I was just trying to get a ride, and he said he was gonna get me a ride, but he wanted me to help him find a friend first. So he took me to like the Delta. And it was like, and by the way, the Delta at night is scary.
It's just like,
Just
am I about
want
to
you
get
to-
murdered?
It was definitely like, yeah, it's definitely getting murdered kind of scenery.
Yeah.
At any time, but then at night with this guy who's like, he had so anyways, the next day, yeah, he convinced me to like get a room that night, just because he couldn't find his friend.
Yeah.
And like, so then the next day he was gonna like drive me over to a relative's place, and we were eating breakfast, and he's like talking about it out loud, and he's like, who can I find? And he was like complaining about it. He's like, so what if like you get angry at a phone call, you know what I mean? Like, motherfucking phone should like work or whatever. He's like, and like, and I was like looking around at people in the Denny's that were like, I'm just like, okay, first of all, calm down. I'm like staring at the TV. That's like the news is on the TV, and I'm like staring at it to see if like a wanted like thing comes up, because I don't know like how deep this goes right now.
Yeah.
And I just like keep telling him like, no, you need to go get a lawyer, and like you can really just drop me off anywhere at this point. And he's like, no, I'll take you. He's like, I got picked up by a hippie bus in Shasta, and I ended up going all the way to Memphis with these people.
Oh wow.
And there was a baby with us about halfway.
Yeah.
And like there was like 18 hippies on this bus and like 3 dogs at one point.
Oh wow.
At one point, like 4 of them got kicked out because somebody pissed in a water jug.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just a terrible. And then there were about 1,000 flies as well on the bus.
I mean, you have 18 hippies in the bus.
I
imagine
got
that smelled
really good
great.
at killing flies, though. You've watched me kill a fly. You know what I mean? The trick is you gotta like stalk on top of it, because if you go slow enough, it doesn't look like you're moving to a fly, because everything moves so fast to them.
Yeah.
So you just get on top of it, and then they fly upward, like upward from their wings. You know what I mean? So they always lift up like a helicopter. And so if you just get above them and clap, then they'll fly into that and get smacked. So that's the technique for murdering flies. I just taught you how to kill an innocent life form.
That is freaking amazing. What's your favorite psychedelic, if you had to choose one?
Probably DMT.
DMT. Now, I've never did DMT. It's something that I want to try. Explain to me what DMT. What's the trip like? I've never done it. I mean, I've did psychedelics, but never DMT.
I read once, and I kind of agree. It's sort of like a roller coaster where you're all excited and you kind of are like, what's gonna happen? And then,
yeah.
I don't know. You lose like your sense of self, which is kind of cool, because then you come back and you're just like, you get in touch with what's like bigger than you, right? And so then everything seems kind of small and manageable, like
Yeah.
don't sweat the small stuff. So it's very nice coming back from that.
Yeah.
um I don't necessarily remember in an ethical way anything beyond that. It only lasts about 15 minutes in um our time.
Our time. But
You
it's
also time stops existing. So a lot of things that we understand are not really describable, right? So
yeah.
um, fractals is a good way to explain what happens. You know what I mean?
Now
But then
frac
you kind of like enter into them like a portal,
yeah.
and um,
Now what are fractals?
it's like repeating patterns
Okay, okay, okay.
that get that repeat inside themselves.
Okay,
And
like when you close your eyes and you're tripping and all that stuff. I
yeah,
get those all the yeah, I know what you're talking about now. So DMT, yeah, I would definitely want to go take that trip sometime. But yeah, so no drug trips of note that you can think of. No
um,
craziness, no mishaps.
well, I'm much more into like the medicinal effects. So my
Medi-
favorite ones are when I'm just kind of like out in the woods, just going, wow,
yeah.
like sitting on a pier, staring at the dolphin popping out right in the reflection of the setting sun or the rising sun, really,
Yeah,
technically,
yeah, yeah, I hear you.
typically.
Just like
And yeah,
enjoying
like,
outside.
um, well, and yeah, and not only enjoying outside, but just like having, um, revelations about yourself, having like some cognitive therapy while you have access to sort of, like kind of through the typical patterns. Our typical patterns are our autopilot kind of breaks down
Yeah,
on psychedelics, and then we're able to sort of like be more aware of ourselves,
yeah,
right? And I think it's just really good to take advantage of that.
yeah,
So like I've had like some crazy trips, but they're not like my favorite. Like I don't necessarily I like the revelations I've had,
yeah, yeah,
I
definitely.
like when I've learned to just like trust the universe and allow, because I've been like maybe scared and nervous and stuff and get anxiety and be
Yeah,
having like maybe a bad trip, and I like being able to like be aware that it's like me choosing that, and that I can choose that feeling to represent like excitement and
yeah,
enjoyment. And it's kind of like me being able to sort of transform the space that I'm in order to like have a good time and kind of trust the universe, trust the space,
yeah. I hear you.
Um, and then this one time you know, was on a train and it was really loud. I saw the Spencer Sellens
Oh,
special,
yeah,
so
yeah, Spencer. You
um
destroyed Spencer at the roast, by the way. That was funny.
I just, I didn't like, I feel like
He destroyed himself
he
too,
got
though.
me on the comebacks too, because I couldn't rationalize anything that he was saying enough to
Yeah,
like deliver a comeback.
yeah,
So he really stuck me on those. Like I just was like, I duh, 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 you know,
yeah, yeah,
like because he really took the concept of like words and just challenged that in a very philosophical way. It wasn't like funny and it wasn't like a roast, but I mean, just from a linguistic standpoint, I was astonished.
yeah.
I wanted to,
Oh man.
I wanted to like, just like delve into those subjects he was bringing up, but then there wasn't like a punchline,
Yeah.
so then I had to, yeah, I don't know. Um,
It was weird seeing an online roast. It's like almost not the same in a roast battle. I don't know. It was still fun, but it's always fun to see the person face to face when you're roasting them. Which I guess you are face to face on camera, but you're not in the same space. You know what I mean?
It's like, yeah, I mean, and this is kind of weird too, right? Because I'm staring at you
Yeah.
on a screen. But yeah, I'm not, I guess, trying to destroy you right now either.
No, no.
But I mean, yeah, it's all kind of weird, right? Life has gotten strange.
It has, but
We're definitely on a ride
oh yeah,
right
wild
now.
ride. Maybe
It's a
we're
wild ride.
maybe it's just like the universe did some DMT. And this is the wild roller coaster ride.
Maybe.
You're like, maybe that's what it is. That's what
Nothing's
COVID
really, really real, you know?
is. Real is things really real? Another topic that I like to ask people about is like something life changing that's happened to you for the positive, or something that you've learned from that you'd want to share.
Something I've learned from that's
Or
positive.
yeah,
Okay, so let's go back to me traveling the world and shit, right?
okay,
Not all the world, not a whole lot of, not even really past this hemisphere. So I remember there was this one time a friend of mine had pretty much everything I wanted at the time.
mm-hmm,
And I remember that they were really sad because their drum broke.
mm-hmm,
And I remember thinking, damn, I would be so happy and excited about life and stuff if I had what you had,
yeah,
an RV and whatnot, because I was just out in my sleeping bag. And I just remember realizing then that, like, getting what you want doesn't make you happy, right?
exactly,
You just kind of have to choose. And that was probably, I don't know, probably one of the saddest times in my life at
yeah,
those days. But then they kind of became the happiest as well,
uh-huh,
And I also was like able to just like really enjoy a sunrise and like learn then and there, or choose then and there, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to enjoy this day, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And like, so that's a life lesson, right?
yeah.
Is it funny?
It
Did
doesn't
you
have to
get
be funny.
okay?
This isn't. I mean,
It's not a, is this a podcast?
I don't know. Is this a podcast?
I don't see
The
any
jury's
pods.
still out on that. I don't see any pods or any. We're not casting
Nothing's
any
been
lines.
cast.
We're
Nothing's
not.
been cast.
We're not fishing. Pods. What if like people were fishing for Tide Pods? Is that a podcast?
People were fishing for tide pods.
Yeah.
You could cast for some pods. I think that would be closer than
That'd be
whatever
closer
this
to a
is.
podcast or whatever this
We're
is.
really breaking down what even is a podcast.
What even is a
Playing
podcast?
fair. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I like. Deconstructionism.
All right. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. No.
I like your sweatband.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Really
Yeah, it's
makes you look like a bear, to be honest with you. Like, it really completes it, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, it tells me, okay, quick judgment. Like, if I was just to see you from afar, you're either like a dad who's just the cuddliest dad, ever,
Oh.
or a bear, or both,
Oh yeah.
And you definitely should be in a mustache contest, not as a winner, but just like a participant at a mustache festival. You know what I mean?
I've been told that before. I've been told that by my brother. He's actually in this like beard group called the Bearded Villains. Like a bunch of, I guess they do like charity shit and stuff like that.
Oh, those are my arch nemesis.
Are they really?
Yeah, because I hate my beard, right? And so as revenge, I'm out, just against any villain with a beard, who's committing crimes, of course, because
yeah,
it's my heroic way.
That's
right?
what villains do.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's something else I wanted to ask you about. It's something I heard from a mutual friend. I heard that you do poetry, Heather.
Yeah, I do poetry. Do you want to hear a poem?
I would love to hear some poetry.
I'm gonna go over to real life pretend psychic.
Okay.
.blogspot.com, and I'm gonna read a poem. It's in Silence is a Weapon, the chapbook. It's like, I'm going to read the last one. It's actually, it should be memorized, but of course I haven't been doing poetry forever. So
Yeah.
if I knew now would be my last chance to see the sun, I'd stare it down and leave the ashes of my retinas scattered on the ground. And if you are a mirror, then the congruence of light reflecting back shines more radiant than when first from the starkness of pre-creation, pining splashed into vibration and sent the darkness writhing. Your words feel to me like my own breath. They soothe me from my rest. And if this were my last chance to hear your song, I'd listen so loud I left myself deaf. But if I could just direct that affection back, I could hold myself until I popped and all my pain came spilling out. And then I could kiss my own tears and tell myself that I won't ever be alone. And take all my burdens and cast them to the road to be buried, to be forgotten by the winter snow. Your eyes fuel me full of lustful bliss, but if this were our goodbye kiss, my yearning would burn my lips to a crisp, my tongue would crumble to bits, my teeth would fall out with my spit. But if I just gave myself back a tenth, I'd leave myself ravaged and spent, my diaphragm dying to supply my lungs with some oxygen. I'd shudder and seize from a feeling that I've never felt. I'd ripen and heal and blossom and peel, and then I would melt. And my shield drops when you laugh at my thoughts. And if I could only tell you one more thing, my blood would thicken to clots, my stomach would turn into rocks, I'd tie my tongue up in knots, trap the air inside my throat, and resign myself to tremble and choke. But if you're a mirror, a room full of mirrors, my echoes could bounce back the words from your glistening walls. I love you, they'd call. If you find yourself trapped in a life full of fear, I'll cut through your demons, I'll swallow them all. And the last time I touch you, I'll come wrapped in linen to hide the telltale rot of a leprosy victim. My fingers will shiver and lock in your grasp, then release from the shackles of my barren hand. But if you're going to leave, you should take every piece, or my palm will miss you and long for your company, drop from the wrist and never return to me, and the rest I would shed like moth-eaten threads. I'll unweave the tapestry hanging between the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen and the part of me that can see it. And if ashes I should be for looking upon it, then burn me.
All right. That was very, very good. Are we still going?
No, I'm done.
Oh, that was fucking awesome. Hell yeah.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
good.
thanks. You
I
asked. I apologize. You don't have to pretend to like it, but
No,
you did
no,
ask
I'm not.
for
No, I
it,
really, really,
so
really did enjoy it. It was good. It was very
um
good. I had a lot of
I didn't
feeling
take,
into.
yeah, but that's yeah, that's I did poetry. I do poetry. I'm doing another poem right now, but it's not ready yet.
Hey, that's cool. Like, that's
But I'm working
awesome. Like,
on it.
I heard that from actually Jules. I was like, it's like, yeah, she does poetry. It's really good. I was like, oh, I would like to hear some. But
I'm
yeah,
probably a better poet than comedian, but
I, you're a good comedian. I enjoy watching you
well,
on stage. I like your stage presence because you will straight up attack the audience, and it's just like, what?
I'm fishing these compliments, baby. This is a
Oh,
podcast after all.
this is a podcast, but
Yeah.
no, but no, like the way you are on stage, like you don't give a shit. You'll like attack the audience, not attack the audience, but you're not scared to get loud with the audience. Like it
This
freaking.
is actually no, I've had I'm reincarnating. This is a phoenix rising from the ashes right here.
Uh huh.
I'm not gonna be so aggressive with the audience anymore. I get better laughs being nice. People like nice better. This is
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
do.
finding out.
They
They
do.
do. Yeah. So I'm gonna be nice to them.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a whole new. Have you
Hey.
seen? You were there last night. I
Yeah.
was nice, right? I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know.
I
I
enjoy.
wasn't.
I enjoyed your set last night.
I enjoyed yours too. It was
Mine was
great.
hot garbage. It was hot
Yours was,
garbage.
I
It went
eat
off
at
the
Taco
rails.
Bell all the time. So, well, that's kind of
Uh,
medium, more room temperature garbage.
now I want Taco Bell. No.
Dude, I want some anchovies.
That's a weird craving. Weird craving. Little salty fish you
I'm
put on
sorry,
pizza.
I think that some just straight anchovies would be divine right now.
I don't know. I can't say anything. I like sardines.
I
Sardines.
would take some sardines as a backup.
Hey, a sardine and hot sauce sandwich. That's a. You haven't lived until you've had a sardine and hot sauce sandwich.
You know,
Definitely.
you're right. I don't know. Yeah, I've never had one, so
Hey,
I've
I
never
recommend
lived.
them. Well, you've obviously
But
lived,
I've
but
also like, I can't say for certain that I've lived or not either, because how would you know?
can any of us say that we've lived?
You
Is
know,
maybe living something that we made up? Maybe this is all a simulation. That's
have
a
you run through an open field with your hands and your palms just feeling the blades of grass as it begins to rain and you can feel the crisp morning dew
no.
starting to wet your skin and the cool breeze and
Do you think
and then
like what
and
kind?
then you see the blooming flowers. Um,
What kind of blades of grass are they? Because if you're running through it, some blades of grass might cut your hands up, and that
the
would be
ones that are
painful.
sticky and then you have to pull them out of your shirt.
It's a briar patch. You're running through a briar patch in the middle of a field, and you realize you're on copious amounts of drugs. You're not in a field at all. You're just like freaking tangled up in a briar patch.
You just like wake up the next day.
You're like, I thought I was running through a field, a peaceful, serene meadow. This isn't that at all. Why do I have thorns in me?
Oh,
Oh, shit. All right. Well, we're coming to the end now. What I usually like to do at the end, just know you do comedy. There's not really a lot going on right now. Do you have anything like
debatable.
plans, anything like that? What's your plan for the future with comedy? What you got
Doing
anything?
I'm doing when is this podcast going up? It's
This
live right now. Let's maintain that illusion, by the way. Ask a
uh,
question from the chat.
no,
Um,
no. It will be up probably sometime in June because I'm doing them weekly, and this will be episode 9, and I'm only on
okay,
episode 10.
so I just did the body positive show, like a little bit ago,
Yeah,
a few weeks ago now.
yeah.
Currently in June, which we are now. Um, and I don't know what I'm doing right now, but there are probably things you can always go to at real life pretend psychic, my Instagram, or Heather Roegiers comedy. I don't know. I snapped that one too recently, so
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm doing, you know, I'm trying to do things.
Oh yeah. See, my thing, I want to get on some more Zoom shows, but at the same time, I need to do more Zoom open mics. Most definitely.
I just, I don't. Yeah, I want to do them. People just really need to drop me Zoom links, like just drop, and I'll just like pop in there. Just do a
Definitely.
set, you know what I mean? I don't
Definitely.
know. Quarantine's hard. I've been having issues, and I'm not always, you know, not always feeling up to like putting on
And
makeup and
yeah,
showing up in front of a camera
I
where
hear you.
multiple people,
Are gonna be
more than
looking.
like
Yeah.
more than like 9 people might see it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Um.
it's not too bad. I know the first one. It actually felt like doing comedy again, kind of. The first Zoom show that well, not Zoom show, but it was a Zoom mic. I had fun, and then last night was like I had fun, but it was just not the same. I wasn't feeling it. But yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what I have right now. I don't know what. Yeah. Are we even? What's June look like? Like have aliens invaded? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like that's the thing.
it's like the murder hornets have came. We've had a pandemic for a couple months. What's next?
Exactly. We might have zombies.
Oh man, I hope so.
Everyone wants the zombies. I think the zombies would be some of the worst. Like,
It'd
well,
be.
it'd be kind of interesting.
Well, would you rather have zombies or dinosaurs? I'd rather have dinosaurs personally.
I mean, no one's brought dinosaurs to my attention as a possible apocalypse, but
Would
now
it?
that you say so, sure, I'd rather have dinosaurs. I feel like I could just like kind of do my own thing and
Because
mostly avoid dinosaurs,
I feel like
right?
if there were dinosaurs, we could prevail over the dinosaurs and probably tame them and utilize them for. That's what humans would do because humans are that type of creature that they would find a way and we would have pet dinosaurs. It wouldn't be no
I would
thing,
do
I
that
don't
with the
think.
zombies too. I would
Yeah,
just,
people would definitely do that with the zombies.
yeah,
It's
I
like,
saw that. I saw Michonne doing that shit.
yeah, The Walking Dead. That show got shitty after they strayed too far away from the comics, in my opinion.
I mean, okay, we'll say it got shitty then. Um, it's fine.
No,
I'm
no,
not
not
gonna
the whole show.
debate.
No, no, not
I'm
the
not
whole
gonna
show.
debate.
I.
No, I think the whole show was quite shitty.
Oh, okay.
It was
Well,
okay.
okay. Well,
It
you
was
could
okay at the
just shit on the
beginning.
show. I don't care. I mean,
You kind of look like a character from the show, so I apologize personally. Um, you could have.
I could be.
Yeah,
I
I
look
didn't
like I
mean
could
to.
be on The Walking Dead.
Right, as one of the walkers.
I've probably actually seen someone on there that looks like me. I'm sure. That's gotta been because I'm sure there's somebody out there that looks like me that's signed up to be a walker in The Walking Dead.
There's a lot of people that look like you. It's hard for me too, because I have face blindness, so
Really?
I just can't tell you apart. I just say, okay, that's the funny bear.
No,
No, I don't. I don't actually have face blindness. It's
okay.
just that-
I like met somebody one time was just like, yeah, I have face blindness, so next time I meet you, I won't recognize you. And I'm just like, okay,
oh,
like
that's yeah.
that wouldn't
I'm
bother
not
me.
even gonna finish this joke now. I was gonna say I just use it as an excuse for my Asian friends.
Oh god. Oh man.
All right,
That's
so
funny.
cut that one out, okay?
You want me to cut that out? I can cut that out. I mean, if you want me to, I can cut it out. It's no big deal. I don't mind editing.
You don't have to edit anything.
Uh,
Throw it up raw.
the
Even
raw and
especially
uncut.
those slow moments where neither of us said anything for like just like the awkward moments.
Yeah, the awkward pauses. Don't cut those
Yeah,
out.
get all of those.
We
Keep
gotta
those.
have
Those are
those.
the best.
Those are.
Use those if you could just like use extra. Just like take that and just like fill
Put
it
extra.
in.
Just I'll just like edit in
Kinda
more
like-
awkward pauses.
Kind of like between two ferns, you know what I mean? Like just like add as many awkward looks as he can. Just take my awkward face and just like every time you say something,
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, what were you saying?
Nothing. Are we good now? I'm just.
Oh, you're ready to go. Yeah, I was fixing to close
Is
it
there
out.
more questions?
No. Do you have anything else that you want to add?
Um. Follow me on Instagram. I guess I should just plug.
Plug
right?
everything.
Just
Plug,
that
yeah.
hole.
Plug
It's
that
real life.
hole.
It's real life pretend psychic on Instagram. I mean, that's good enough. I think people can live with that, right?
Yeah.
Just if you don't
I
have
guess.
Instagram, I don't know what to tell you, man. My name's Heather Roegiers.
Heather
I'm not gonna
Roegiers.
tell you how to spell it. I hope you get it wrong.
I have you on Facebook. I think I
I'm-
could.
I'm-
I
I
think
got
I
my
could
fingers crossed. I spelled it wrong on Facebook. I added extra letters to confuse you.
I spelled Spencer's name wrong in the little title thing, and he messaged me and was like, "Can you change it?" I'm like, can you have a regular spelling of your fucking name?" And I had to change it. I didn't have to
See-
change it, but I did. And and the thing is, I had already uploaded it to YouTube. I had to take it down and re-edit the video and make a new like little title screen for it. It was not that much work, but you know, it was just an annoyance.
Yeah, see, but I think it's funny. At least he like told you, right? I just took the passive aggressive approach when they spelled my name wrong in a flyer,
Yeah.
and like just when I shared the flyer, I just like circled my name spelling and put little laughing emojis around it,
Yeah.
and just like made it a joke. And then they changed it, and I just acted like, oh, huh. In that, thank you for doing that, which I, that pleasant, unprompted
Yeah.
gesture of you fixing the flyer, which I
Oh,
did not directly ask for in any way because
I had my name misspelled on the flyer one time. They always misspell my
they
name.
they, they leave that E off.
Either the E or they spell it throne.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, like David,
David Throne.
like a king, like I'm a Sacramento king. David Throne. No,
It's a
that's
good
up.
name for a bottom. David Throne. Sorry.
Oh well.
I don't know. That might have just demonetized your podcast.
Nah, it's far enough in. We can talk about debaucherous shit now. It's near the end. It's like I think it's the first 15 minutes that they're worried about.
Is that because that's when people are actually watching it?
Yeah, that's people
And
won't
then
make people won't make past the first minute
people
of this
never
probably.
make it first.
If you made it this far, you won the game. You've succeeded at
Okay,
life.
listen, if you made it this far, I just need you guys to know that the movie Plandemic is totally for real. Um, that's what I wanted to talk about were conspiracy theories.
Hey,
'Cause
I'm
I
down. Let's
believe
do
in
it. Hey,
I
fuck.
believe in all of them. I
We
just need to
okay.
disclose that,
Okay,
But
we
I
can do
believe they're
that.
even worse
We
than
can.
what people say they are. Like
Okay.
they say there's no moon landing. I'll tell you straight up. There was no, you know what? There was a moon landing. We went to the moon, but when we got there, there was already a Russian base there. So we were like, well, this is no good. So then we had to shoot the whole thing at home and upload that and show the American people the soundstage footage. So that's how that one went. JFK, yeah, he was totally shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. Only shooter. Lee Harvey Oswald is from the future. He went back in time. He's a robot. Okay, he's like Terminator, and that's why he had a smart bullet. He's from the future. You know why he's from the future? You should have seen the timeline where JFK was not shot. I don't know what happens. No one does. I can't. But you should have seen it. Who knows? Why is history all screwed up? It's full of time travelers.
Speaking of conspiracy theories with time travelers, have you heard the one that Donald Trump is a time traveler and so is Mike Pence?
Okay, no, that one's a lie. It's made up by the real time travelers because, well, it's actually, I think that one's made up by the reptilian underground hollow earth people who come from the caves that are beneath
What is it?
the tunnels.
The ancient
tunnel
alien,
people.
the ancient alien race.
Right,
The
exactly.
Anunnaki or whatever they're called on Ancient Aliens.
Don't say that word. You're gonna summon them.
You got to say it 3 times in a
Thank
mirror.
God you said it wrong.
How did I say it?
Thank God. I'm not gonna correct you. We're just gonna let that one slide.
All right.
Because we're basically looking at mirrors right now too, and I have a red candle lit.
Oh man, do you have a pentagram? Are you sitting in the middle of a pentagram right now?
Always.
But yeah, what would you say is your favorite conspiracy theory? If I would have known that you love conspiracy theories, that would have been one of the topics for sure. It's one of the topics now. It's a write-in topic. We're on conspiracy theories now until you're tired of talking about it.
I should have started with, yeah. What are you doing asking me what truths I've learned when we could have been talking about conspiracy theories, video games?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't play video games, okay? It's a waste of time. I like to do things that matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to do things that mean something, that fuel my soul, that light my heart on fire. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I watch television, clearly, on Netflix. I study that shit.
I have to keep my mind engaged. That's why I play video games. I can't focus on TV. It's too hard.
I play guitar while I watch television. I go in and out.
When
I'm resting on the guitar, then I'll be looking at it.
I like playing guitar. I haven't played in a while though. I just know a few chords. I'm
We should
nothing
start a
special.
band.
Let's do it.
We should call it Failed Comedians.
Failed comedians. Oh,
What if we got famous? I mean, come on.
that'd be crazy. Like
For music, but only our serious songs. Only when we're like we were trying to make fun of Tool, but all the
Make-
Tool fans just love it, you know? Because they're like, finally, real Tool.
It's like
Not
people
the
that
shit they've been doing lately.
yeah, it's like these guys actually get Tool. No. Tool is I don't know, they're alright. I was never really a big fan of them. They had some okay songs.
You know, that's how I feel about Tool. I think that's how Tool feels about Tool.
Do you think there's any conspiracy theories involving Tool?
You know, I bet James Maynard Keener has drunk the blood of some type of human being. I don't know if it's orphans or, like, you know, I don't know. And, you know, like, he just seems like like, he's probably a vampire, right? Is there any sort of conspiracy theory that says James Maynard Keener runs a vampire cult?
Let's make
sucks
one
the
up.
blood,
Let's make one up right
sucks
now.
the blood of orphans.
Make one now. We'll make a new conspiracy theory. If we do, if I ask people the topic of conspiracy theories and we talk about conspiracy theories, we have to make up a conspiracy theory about something.
All of mine are real. I haven't made anything up so far.
Well, what's a real
Everything I've said is factual.
one? Well,
The thing about Lee Harvey Oswald being a cyborg,
you heard that.
moon landing, Russians, yeah.
You heard it here, folks. James Maynard, Maynard from Tool is a vampire.
He's in charge of a vampire cult. It's not just vampire. Like, he's not just like some random like what do you call it? Psychological vampire sucking people's good vibes, you know? Like, no. He runs a cult of bloodsuckers that they drink the blood of orphans. And not young orphans either, but orphans well into adulthood who just they happen.
He sucks the bloods of grown foster kids. They like have families and successful lives. And by blood you mean pocketbooks from buying his new shitty music.
He just sucks your time away with his 20-minute songs.
Oh god, that's great. Oh man. Any more conspiracy theories you want to share with us, Heather?
You know, I think that you know, nothing's real. So is that a conspiracy theory?
I don't think that's conspiracy.
Wait, what about the simulation one? Let's talk about that. I think
talk...
everything's a simulation.
Yeah, I could get behind you on that because I've discussed this with one of my friends before, and he made the point that's like we make simulations of other things, so why would we not think that we could possibly be in a simulation too?
Right. Well, and I think that, you know, maybe we're even in a self-emergent simulation where it's just like that's how everything came to exist, and who knows if it was directly made, or if it's like everything's a hologram within its own event horizon, right? And, and when it comes down to it, everything's made out of a bunch of binary code.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ones and zeros.
It is kind of right. Yeah, is positive or negative. You know what I mean? Like, is this a positively charged tiny piece of the tiniest, most smallest piece of, you know, whatever, which is what atom originally means, is indivisible, right? But then they found it, and then they found it was made up of shit, which was made up of shit.
Yeah.
And so Alan Watts says the mystery recedes, right? Which is like we keep looking and it keeps getting deeper. Everything's still continuously made up of smaller and smaller shit.
Yeah.
But then the smallest shit, everything's still just made up of a combination of ones and zeros, right? And so the universe expresses itself in ones and zeros, and we kind of just hallucinate all of reality all of the time, right?
Like the Matrix.
Exactly, like the Matrix. The question is, what else is there? You know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, people think about like a creator and things like that, but that really could just be the person who created the simulation. And the simulation, like through, like, we make simulations? Do you think that if we made a simulation, somebody made a simulation inside the simulation that was made by the person in the simulation that made the simulator?
Um, maybe, and maybe that's true, and then maybe also what's true is that we're all made of one, and even the things that we think we made that don't exist still have, at the end of the day, it's still made up of the same shit as us, right? And yeah, so maybe at the end of the day we can still make our own reality, even if it's just a simulation, right?
Oh
It's like
yeah,
we can choose what is valuable to us, right?
definitely,
And
yeah.
it's like even if everything is just cause and effect in clockwork, right? And there's no free will, which is another conspiracy theory I want to talk about, is free will. Does it really exist, or is it a conspiracy? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you really choose anything? Because I don't know. Maybe I'm not choosing anything that I say right now. Everything that I say is just a matter of cause and effect. And if that's true, then what choices? Who am I? Right at that point, I'm just a bundle of cause and effect. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, and if that's true, then it's like, why give a fuck? You know what I mean? Why
exactly.
believe in anything?
Cause, cause
So
it
don't believe
sucks.
in anything.
It sucks not believing in something. You got to believe in at
Well,
least yourself.
believe in things that carry you forward.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
exactly. Things you like doing, passions, things like that.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
that's what
Find
I've
that shit that sets your heart on fire,
exactly. Thank you very much. That's that's some good
For
stuff
me,
right there.
for me it's killing people.
Oh man, this has been fun. Well, with
And
that,
eating
Heather, I'm
what?
gonna. I said with that, Heather, I believe we're gonna go ahead and.
What?
God, you're just
What I
fucking
want
with
to
me.
know is, what is a podcast? Okay,
I don't know.
let's
Is
end
this?
it. I'm
We're.
done. This has been Heather Roegiers and my guest David Thorne.
Yes, this has
We're
been
flipping this.
David.
David, go
David.
ahead and give me your plugs. What are
I've
you
been.
doing?
I'm
What do you
doing.
got going
Well, I
on?
have a YouTube channel, The Southern Reject. You can
Are we
watch.
on it right now?
We
No,
will
we're
be on
not.
it. Not right now. This is pre-recorded, but yes. Is this a podcast on the
Stop
Southern
breaking the
Reject?
illusion. Read the chat. What's the chat say?
There's no chat. There's just a bunch of eggplant emojis and 100s.
No, don't read the chat. I don't want to know what's in the chat, okay? Especially on YouTube. Are you kidding me?
Oh
Oh, hell
yeah,
no.
yeah. The YouTube people can
I
do
I
drugs.
the other day, I saw something transgender related and I
Uh huh.
didn't read the comments to it. Not That's called progress. Because normally I'm just like, what are people like, where what are the
Yeah,
fucking, and it's always there, right? But just
yeah.
the most cringe. I don't know, it's just I'd seek cringe shit out.
Oh, dude, cringe is the best. Oh, the best cringe that I've ever seen is horrible Facebook memes on Reddit. I love that subreddit. It's funny because I hate horrible Facebook memes, but I also like to look at stuff that I hate sometimes. It's just like stupid, shitty memes with impact font. It's not 2013 anymore. Quit using that shit.
Right. Or whatever font is behind you.
That's yeah, that font. That's not impact font.
It's still terrible.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. But anyway, Heather, thank you
Is
so
this a
much.
pot thorn cast? Thank you so much.
Thanks for
This
being
has
on,
been
Heather.
David Thorne. Thanks for being on my show. Um, I'm sorry. I'm being a terrible guest.
No, you're fine. This has been fun.
I
No,
really deeply apologize
no, you're good.
on behalf
I
of my entire community. I apologize.
thank you so much for being on, Heather. This has been fun. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. All right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Thanks. Thanks for being on.
Sorry.